Hello friends, today in this tutorial I will be showing you that how to make this web camera kind of application where you can take picture online inside Angular 13 application. So you can see that I have granted access to my web camera in my laptop and you can see my screen here. So there are three buttons out there. It is take picture, toggle camera and switch camera. So you can see if I click this button of take picture, so if I click it, you will see it will take the selfie picture photograph, and now you can download this photograph to your machine here. Simply click save and it will download it as a file here, image file. Simply you can see that. Now if I want to switch back to the camera, I can click this button and it will again go back to the camera here. You can also toggle with different cameras if you have, so you can toggle it with different cameras that you have, so like this. So toggle camera, so all the cameras will be listed here. So whichever camera that you're using, any custom camera, you can toggle it and then you can again take the picture like this. So again switch the camera. So we will be building this application from scratch in Angular 13, guys. We are using a special library for building this application, which is called as ngx webcam. So if you go to npmjs.com, if you search for this library, which is ngx webcam, and the very first link which comes in, this is the library that we are using here, ngx webcam. It's a simple Angular 13 webcam component, and it has got 13,000 weekly downloads. So if you want the full source code of the video, where I will be typing all the source code, you can go to the video description link where I have written the complete blog post on my website. Let me just show you the blog post. So I have written that blog post on my website. This is a blog post. Here all the source code is given, step by step instruction is given, which I will teach in the video. So make sure that you follow this blog post. So now let's get started, guys. So first of all, I will close all the windows here and start from scratch. Let me close the application. And first of all, guys, what I will do is that I will go to the desktop directory projects and open command line here. And now we will make a new folder, which will be Angular webcam project. I will cd into this Angular webcam project. And here, first of all, I will install this or make the project, which is Angular project. So you should be having Angular CLI installed here. So we will simply say ng new and then the project name, which is Angular webcam. So just make this project and it will hardly take. So it will say to you, would you like to add Angular routing? For this application we need routing, so you just press Y here and it will add the routing. So for the style sheet we will just prefer the CSS. So enter it. Now it will create this Angular project. So I will not pause the video, so just watch the entire video. So you will see inside this folder it will create the source folder, and now we have the app folder. All these components are there: app.component.html, app.component.ts. So in the meantime we can delete all this code, we don't want this. And in the app.component.ts file, you will see this is a main file here. So here we can, let me just wait to finish this. It is just installing the packages, so it will hardly take 10 to 15 seconds to build out this project. So just wait, guys, it is just installing the packages. So all these packages are stored inside these node modules folder you see here. So Angular create all this, so it is just installing it. After that, we will write our code inside app.component.html, where we will show the user the actual web camera where the user can take the photograph. So now it has successfully installed it. So now we can go into the directory, which is Angular webcam, and we can start the application by simply typing the command ngserve. So now it will start the application. So it is generating the browser application bundle. So you will just see. So Angular, let me see. Angular webcam project. This is the one. So we can say here command. We can once again open this project here. So simply open this. So inside app, you will see all these files are there. So let me see. You can see it has started this project on localhost 4200. So basically, if I open this address here, you will see currently it will be empty. You will see currently it is empty. Now we can simply say write anything here. Let's suppose we write here hello world. So inside app.component.html, and if I refresh here, it will automatically reflect the changes. You will see hello world is printed out. So now instead of hello world, guys, what we need to do is that we need to show the user the camera where the user can select it. For this, guys, we need a separate component for the camera component. So here inside this folder, we will first of all install the dependency, which will be npm i ngx-webcam. So install this dependency, which will be the actual web camera dependency, which will allow the user to select to take pictures. After installation, just create a component camera by this command ng generate component and camera. So basically it is saying that we need to generate a component ng generate component camera. So if you hit this command here, you will see it will create a separate folder which will be called as camera, because we called it as a camera component. It has its own files. If you open this camera.cs component.css, camera.component.html, and camera.component.ts. So now to register this component, we need to go to app.module.ts. So it has successfully added this component. You will see it is imported this. So you don't need to do anything. Angular will automatically add this component to you. And one more thing you need to do is that, guys, you need to import the dependency, which is ngx webcam that we have installed. So inside this component, guys, you will have ngx. So let me just see. So there is a component called as, if you just go to my video description link here, you will find out. So webcam module. So there is a webcam module. So just import this webcam modules. So just import this, and here we need to add this inside the app this imports array. So just put a comma and add this webcam module. That's it. So close this file, guys. We have successfully registered the library and the component. Close this, and now we can write this. We can inside our camera. So here we can camera.component.html. So simply here we need to actually write our code here. So if you want to display this camera component when we load the page for the very first time, you will see nothing is there right now because we haven't written any side inside this app.component. So for redirecting it to the camera component, we can write a simple code which is called as router code. So as we have enabled routing, so we can have this tag here, which is router dash outlet. So this is a tag, guys. Simply have this tag, and now basically if you refresh it, nothing will be there because we need to call this. So we need to place our app dot the component name. So inside, in our case, component name is camera. So we will say app dot camera. So basically this is a syntax, guys. If you want to include a component in Angular, you just need to type app dash followed by the component name. So here the component name is camera. So simply if you just embed this, you will see camera works, because inside this component app.camera.component.html we have a simple paragraph. We can change this to anything. So you will see it will automatically refresh it. You will see that. So now here we need to pass something to this component. So you can also pass data from parent component to child component. So we will use this concept, and here we will pass a simple method from the parent component, which will be called as like this, get picture, and this will be equal to, guys, get picture will be equal to a function which will be called as handle image, and inside the parentheses we will pass the actual event, and here we will define this event inside our app.component.ts file. So we will have this defined as handle image, and inside this, guys, we need to have a variable which will be coming to this function from the child component, and this will be of the type of webcam image. So if you type this, it will automatically gets imported from this module, which is ngx-webcam. So you will see that now we need to define this function. So inside this function, guys, we need to declare a variable first of all, guys, here, webcam image, and webcam image will be of the type webcam image, again like this. And if this is not defined, so the value will be undefined like this. And when the function is called here, we need to replace this value, which is this dot webcam image will be equal to webcam image. That's it. So now we have successfully defined this function handle image, which we have defined inside app.component.html. So now we are successfully passing this information to the child component. So now we simply need to get to the camera.component.html. So here we need to do all the business logic to get the user camera, web camera. So inside this, what we will write here, guys. So we will have a div which will have the class. So div which will be having a class of container empty4. So these are all styling classes. So inside this, guys, we will have a div, and inside this div we will have a if condition. We need to check ngif is kind of a if condition. So we will check for a variable that we will define inside our business logic, and this variable will be equal to is camera exist. So if the camera exists, in this case, we will say we will execute this template. If it doesn't exist, we will have the else statement, and then we will say execute that template. So this will be equal to no camera exist. So we can define this variable, guys. So right here at the bottom we can define this template. So basically with the help of ng template, ng dash template. So this is the template you can define with the help of a variable. So here we can define this variable hash symbol and then followed by no camera exist. So basically whenever this is true, this template will be executed automatically. So here we can simply say to the user that camera device not available. That's it. So inside this if condition, we are checking if the camera is available, then only execute this, the inner code. So inside this we will have a div, and which will be having a style attribute, text align to center. And inside this we will have a class btn group, and inside this we will have three buttons. So button type will be button, and we can give some classes to it, which will be button dot primary. So this will be of blue color. So basically if you refresh it, it will just say is camera doesn't exist, because we have defined these variables. So we need to define this inside camera.component.ts file. So we can define this variable. So camera exist, this value will be equal to true. So if you just do this, let me see, it does. So these are the variables you need to declare. So simply I will copy this and paste it here. So if you refresh it, now I think app camera handle image event. So I think we need to write all this HTML, then we will move on to. So here we can just say the label will of the button will be take picture. And here we need to define a on click. So when we click this button, we will define the function, which function we need to execute. So this will be take snapshot. And similarly, we will have two more buttons here. So button type button. And this we will again define a on click. So when we click this button, so we will define execute this function, which will be change webcam. So we will pass a variable which is true. So here we can switch cameras. So the label will be simply toggle camera. And then we will have the third button, which will be the label will be switch simply to switch camera. So when we click this button, so we will say on off webcam. So with the help of this method, you can switch on and switch off the web camera. So this is simply meant by this. You can also give some classes to it. The same class that we have given to the first button. So BTN primary. So after these three buttons, guys, I can copy paste all the HTML. Let me just do it. So after, you will see we will display the webcam here. So after this, we will have this webcam. We have defined the height width to 500 and 1000. And these are some of the methods. Image capture, whenever we capture the image, this method will automatically trigger. And these are all the attributes. Switch camera, when we click the switch camera button, this will automatically trigger. And a if condition, which is ng if show webcam. And if any sort of error take place in that scenario, we will display these errors inside this div. So let me define this. So you will see ng if. So if any sort of error take place, we will define this inside this section. So you will see. So this is all the camera component, which is complete here. Now we will move on to camera.component.ts file. So here we will define all the logic. So let me just copy paste all the methods which are used inside this and explain to you what is happening right now. So web util will come here. So if you just import this from the actual library, which is ngx webcam, So if you do it, it will automatically import it from this library. This also you can import this. This property is missing, so we need to, at the very top, we need to declare these properties. So just go to the video description and copy paste the source code here. So this subject will also come from this library. So so import subject. So if you click it, you will automatically, it will import it from this RxJS. And this will also be coming from NGX webcam. So if you do it, you will see it will automatically import it from NGX webcam. You will see, and we haven't declared the array for errors, so we can declare it here at the very top. So if any sort of error take place, this will be stored inside this array. And lastly, we can also add this property, which is webcam image. You can see it will automatically get imported from this NGX webcam library. And get picture is not defined because we haven't defined this. So we need to define this. So the get picture is the actual method which will be, we will pass from the child component to the parent component. So for this, we need to import this output decorator from the core library. So you will see it is automatically imported, and this event emitter also. So it will get also automatically imported from the actual Angular library. And you also need to import this observable, so it will also get imported from RxJS. Now this logic is complete, so let me just summarize you what is happening right now. So when this component triggers for the very first time, it will just detect the camera of the user, and this will get initialized inside this property, which is camera exist. So this will comes out to be true. So in that case, the user camera will be shown. And then when you take the snapshot, this function will automatically trigger. And whenever you switch off on your web camera, this will automatically trigger this function if you click the button. Because if you check here inside the buttons, we have defined all these functions on the on click on of webcam. So here we have defined these functions here. So if any sort of error take place, it will push the errors inside errors array. And if you want to change the webcam, this will change it. And this is the most important function. After you take the screenshot, we are transferring this image to our parent component where we can display that image. So this line is very important, this dot get picture dot emit, and inside this we are passing this image. And rest of the code is very static, you can just copy paste it. And now we simply need to display that image which we are passing through this emit method. We need to catch this image. And now for catching this, you need to open app.component.html. So basically, if you now refresh the application, it will just say change webcam true. Uh, I think we have made a mistake here. So let me copy paste the template. This is the correct code. So just go to the video description link. I have made a typing mistake, so that is why it was. Let me paste it. Now you will see it will compile this successfully, and now automatically you will see it has detected the camera. You will see here. So all these three buttons are there. You will see that. And if you want to style this also, I have given the code here. The style sheet code. I think we haven't. I You can also style this using some CSS also. You will see these three buttons. If I click this button, take picture, you will see the picture is not shown to the canvas. So for this, we need to add some code. If you click the switch camera, it will automatically switch again this camera, you will see. If you toggle it to a different camera, you will see using this button you can toggle it to a different camera, you will see. And also you can use this button also. And now we simply need to click, whenever we click take picture, we need to display that image. For displaying it, just go to app.component.html, and here we need to display it. For this, we will have a simple div which will have the class which will be webcam-image, and inside this div we will attach a ngIf condition here, which is ngIf. So inside this ngIf we will say the property which will be equal to webcam image. So if this property is equal to true, then only we will display it. So for displaying it, we will have a image tag. The source will be equal to webcam image dot, and we will convert this to a base64 URL. So we will say image as data URL. That's it. So if you write this code only, so let me close the image tag. Now hopefully the image will be shown to the user. So if you now click take picture, now you will see the picture is shown. And if you click open image in new tab, this is the data that I'm talking about, base64 code. So this is the code we have written, webcam image dot image as data URL. You can also save this image to the computer, so you will see. So in this easy way, guys, you can make a selfie kind of application in Angular where you can access web camera capture and take the picture like this in Angular 13 using ngx-webcam library. So I have guided you step by step how to do this process from scratch. And if you have any sort of doubt, you can refer to the full source code. I have given the link in the video description. So please like the video, subscribe the channel, and I will be seeing you in the next video.